Hey, what's up everybody? It's Demo from NextEv, and this is a review of the PowerA controller I just recently acquired. I did a PowerA review about a year or so ago, and I really liked that controller. It was good for the price, it didn't feel too bad, and this time we are kind of upgrading a bit. This is the PowerA Spectra Infinity Enhanced Wired Controller. Yeah, it's a fancy name. It's got a few bells and whistles on it. I'm totally a bells and whistles person. So I guess let's list off some features, get this open, and talk more about it. Alright, now that we got this out of the box, we can take this plastic off. And as you can see, on the top we have our controller, and at the bottom we have the wire, and behind that we have the paperwork that teaches you how to use it. The wire on the controller feels amazing, way better than the last PowerA wire I had that was very much plasticky. This one is kind of like a braided wire. It feels more bendable instead of flimsy. The controller itself doesn't feel too bad. The buttons work fine, everything seems good. It has kind of like a grip feeling to it. The sticks though feel a little bit stiff, so you kind of gotta break them in. I've had the controller for about a week now since recording this audio, and yeah, you gotta break in those sticks a little bit. They were a bit stiff at first. Down at the bottom of the controller though, there is a little volume knob. You push it in to mute yourself. Left and right turns your volume up and down if you're using a wired headset. Right now am not using a wired headset. Mine is wireless, so that doesn't matter to me. On the back, you got your two little adjustable buttons like the last PowerA controller. And new to this controller, you have trigger locks. So, you know, there's three settings. Setting 1 is the lowest, which you can press trigger in all the way. Setting 2 is halfway. Setting 3 is you press it in slightly and that's when it stops. So it can be pretty decent for shooters. The other two buttons in the back are your key binding buttons and your LED buttons, because this is an LED controller. It lights up. You can change the colors on it. And of course, this is modeled after a series console from Xbox, so you got the brand new controller design of the little share button in the middle, right between your start and select. Like the last PowerA controller, since this is wired, you do have to plug it into the Xbox and plug it into your controller, but the wire on it is kind of great in my opinion, because unlike the last PowerA controller, once you plug this into the top of your controller, it really just sticks in there. Like, it is sturdy. It doesn't pull out easy at all. I believe there are two little locks on the side, as you can see here. You got to press them in if you want to get it unplugged. I didn't really do it. Like I said, it's very sturdy. Also, I very much appreciate that they gave me kind of an Xbox 360 controller cable where it comes unplugged if you tug on it, so you really don't have to worry about pulling your console or anything. So, you know, just plug that right into the console, you're ready to go. Alright, now let's get these lights shut off and mess with the LEDs inside. The little bottom button in the middle on the back, you press that once, and ba-boom, there we go. You got the controller all lit up. Now, when you light up the controller, there are three sections you could light up on it. You could light up the very top rim, as you can see it's blinking. Those are blinking, the sticks are blinking. Everything that's blinking is what you're changing. So I messed with this for quite a bit. Of course, I wanted everything blue, like my setup. My only issue, I had to pull out the manual because I'm kind of dumb. I had to figure out how to get the color to stick once I changed it, because I kept accidentally changing the colors. It turns out you have to hold the button for 2 seconds on the LED button on the back, because if you don't do that, it's just going to go back into programming mode and you're going to keep changing the colors. It took me a minute to learn. I had to read the instructions. So if you get one of these, figure that out. It takes a minute. But it really is a nifty controller. But it really is a nifty controller though. I really like the style of it. It feels good on my hands. I think it plays really well. It helps me a lot when I'm playing Halo Infinite multiplayer, because you know, those shortcut buttons, having the jump button on the back of the controller so I don't have to move my thumb off the stick is really nice. Having it light up colors when all of my lights are off in my room in the middle of the night when I'm playing, so I can see what I'm pressing if I'm changing a YouTube video or something. And real quick, I want to get into the small details of this controller. I know I've explained it already, but we got trigger locks here. This is setting 1, where you can push the trigger all the way down. This is setting 2, where it goes about halfway. And this is setting 3, where it only goes a quarter of the way. If you want to see the drastic change, setting 1, setting 3. At the bottom here, you have your LED button. That's how you change the color of your controller. And at the top here, you have your button mapping button. You hold that in until that little light in the middle flashes. You press a button, say B for example, and then you press one of these side triggers, and that's what your button maps to. And as noted before, this controller does have some nice grips on the side, so that helps a ton. I hope this video helped you make a decision on if you want to buy this controller. So far, I've had no issues with it. It's a beautiful controller. I got it for about $30 off Amazon. I believe its original price was $45, so it's a pretty good deal right now. I recommend you check it out. It's a pretty good wired controller, I gotta be honest. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to go check out our site at thenextev.com. I will talk to you guys later, and bye-bye.